What is up, kids champions? I'm Emily, and welcome back to whatever series I put this to. This will probably go on a Minecraft video, but it might not. So, um, I do want to say I apologize for the falling off on the schedule a little bit. I'm going to try to get this up as soon as possible. Maybe I'll record something tonight so that I can go on the backtrack. We shall see. I apologize ahead of time for any background noise. So yeah, so stuff's been going on, and I've been kind of falling behind on stuff because work and stuff. Um, there are a few things I want to talk about though. So I think the first one is really gonna be that I'm getting the opportunity this weekend to record, and I'm gonna try to start getting a few recordings done so that I've got the next couple of weeks covered without a problem. At least one video a week, if I can. Let's see how that goes. I was actually thinking that I might take advantage of the time to do it to record some Zelda, so that there's Zelda for the next few weeks. And I can just put Zelda up on Sundays like I've been originally intending to. I also got my emulator stuff kind of going, so I should be able now to do a lot more variety of stuff. I don't want to overload myself too much. I've got a couple games that I think I'm going to play through at least a few episodes worth before I start posting them. Wow, that came out really weird. Sorry guys, I chipped a tooth the other day, and it's a part tooth. So I was looking at it, it's like, unless you're real close, you can't really notice, but it definitely leaves a little more room in between my teeth, which I only really heard in that one. Try not to do that, anyways. I actually, I was born with a lisp. It took a lot of speech therapy to get over, so I'm kind of used to it. I got pause. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. It's still at work, so I have to listen to the thing that came through the messages. Anyway, I want to at least knock out a couple sessions worth of recording before I start uploading them. So for now, expect probably mostly the same Minecraft, maybe some Zelda. Nothing really new. There's going to be a couple more episodes of Satisfactory, and then probably one or two more of Don't Starve. Maybe. I don't know. No, I think it's just Satisfactory now that I've got backlog of. I haven't gotten to record with either Zane or Liam in a few weeks. Both of them got busy. Liam's got a new baby boy, and Zane has been dealing with some personal life stuff, so as far as that goes, it's probably going to be back to some Enigmatica and some commentary-less videos, which I know those do well, so I'm going to try to, I think I'm going to wipe the audio for the Contest of Champions a bit that I did the other day when I was recording, just to say, hey, things will get back to normal when I can get them back to normal, sort of stuff. Because I got interrupted a couple times, and it complicated the whole mess. I think I'm just gonna mute the audio and just promote this commentary on this track. But yeah, so in the future, hopefully I'll get to do some more wider variety of stuff, like the old Resident Evil PlayStation games, and fun little things like that. I'm going to be starting to record some Halloween stuff soon, so that I've got content going up for Spooktober. I'm going to start recording early, that way I actually try to hope it gets up. Yeah, there might be a couple of sporadic streams showing up too. Um, have to wait and see on that. But yeah, so those are things and stuff. Um, in other news, I've been doing some creative build in the CubesCraft server. I've actually got to enclose the area I'm in now. I was going to do like this huge complex dungeon sort of thing, and I didn't feel like I had it in me at the time, so I'm going to finish it off. We've been having a problem with the server for Ember's entities not really spawning that much. So I designed the little Embers spawner room and stuff. I was going to make it a whole big dungeon, and I was just like, right now I don't have the time for it. I'd like people to be able to use it if they need it, even though people haven't really been on the server that much. But now I gotta finish the outside of it. Sorry about that. Background noise. And for those of you who are wondering, that was just an indicator thing. If I get too close to a line on the road, it buzzes like that just to warn me, hey, you're getting too close to leaving your lane. I'm going around a spindly road, so, you know, those things happen when you get close to the line, because it's a windy road. But anyway, totally broke my concentration. I just have to finish it up and encapsulate it. I was going to build a mountain around it. I'm still kind of building a mountain around it. Like I said, nobody's been on all that much, so it won't take that much for me to do that. And then once I have the shell of the mountain around it, I may very well go ahead and continue building onto it and stuff. Right now, it's just got the one spawner room and like an intricate walkway and stuff, and a staircase that goes down to the ember board of bedrock. And also, something that will come up in the future, I'm going to start designing something for Maddie and I to play together. I made an arcane levitator propulsion system. So that's going to be really interesting. I was like, I don't want to make this whole huge staircase all the way down. And so I was like, ooh, can arcane levitators be placed horizontally? And the answer is unimaginably yes. At least in 1.12, arcane levitators can be placed to blow horizontally. I don't know if you hold shift if they'll suck you back to them or if they'll just drop you. I have to test some of the mechanics with that, but as of right now, so that's how I made it so you get back up from the end of board is you use the arcane levitation system. Although, since the server has more, I don't really know how effective that is, but I'm not going to nitpick about that right now. Honestly, definitely if it weren't for the UHC area that I've already prepared for the server, I've definitely considered scrapping and then starting over. But, you know, I don't want to do that without consulting with the rest of the group. Yeah. In other news, real life news, I got fish. Maddie and I had to renew our lease for another year, and so we decided that since we were going to be where we're at for another year at least, and there's some stuff actually going on to remedy that matter next year, hopefully. If not, then as soon as we can. Because we're tired of renting. But anyway, we decided that it was time that maybe it was okay for us to get some fish. So we got some fish. We got a beta and an African dwarf frog and two, what are they called? Niter snails. One of them is tiny, one of them is humongous, and for the first 3 days, the tiny one was riding the humongous one. He wouldn't come off. And they weren't even in the same tank to begin with, so I have no idea what that's about. Maybe it's just a social snail thing. And then we got 6 little neon tetras. When you have a beta in the tank, you have to make sure that you get fish that get along with beta, because betas are extremely aggressive against most types of other fish. And you also have to make sure that they can share an environment. So a lot of the time that limits you to either non-picky animals or animals that are tropical, because betas are tropical fish. So like our tank has to be between 72 and 78 degrees or something like that. But yeah, so it has to be fairly warm. So you have to make sure you get fish that are good for warm environments, fish that will leave the beta alone, And fish have their own personalities too, and they're already getting together like proper animal siblings, sort of. The tetras keep to themselves. The beta and the frog tend to play with each other. The frog likes to torture the tetras by jumping at them when they're just swimming by, minding their own business. But yeah, so that's been fun. I like having the fish tank again. We had fish a long time ago, but when we moved out of the place we were in, we had to send them to Maddie's mom for caregiving, safekeeping. I don't know how you explain that. And that didn't go well. The fish ended up dying. They got forgotten about and not fed, and then the frog died, and then beta died. Snails probably at some point died too, because in that tank we only had a snail, or 2 snails, a frog, and a beta. But so that was when Maddie was living out on the road with me at my previous job, and so it's like we couldn't do anything about it, and we didn't have anywhere for them to go or be put. And we didn't even find out it happened until after the fact. So that's just kind of a thing that happened. It was very unpleasant. But anyway, so we wanted to get fish again, and so we did. So yeah, that's a thing that's been happening in real life. Yeah. In gaming news of my recent endeavors as an off-screen thing, just so I can dip my toes in. Zane bought me Tears of the Kingdom, so I've played a little bit of that, and it's been really fun so far. Part of me is like telling myself don't get too attached if you don't want to start it over for the Let's Play, but at the same time, my general thing, as a lot of people know, is that I like to play through the Zelda game first on my own, so I kind of get that taste of it without people ruining stuff for me. So I don't know whether or not I'll do it, but we'll see. Part of me is also just kind of like, well, I could just stream from where I'm at, because I've only just finished the Fire Temple. So for those of you who have played Tears of the Kingdom, this is my first temple, so it's like I haven't gotten that far in the game. But yeah. And in October, I'm going to go to Disney, which is part of the reason why I'm recording this Spooktober stuff early, is because, I don't want to be gone to Disney and not have content going on. There's going to be some Disney content related stuff going up on the vlog channel when I get back, but I definitely wanted to make sure that I had something going on before I left, especially for Spooktober, because 2 years in a row now I've kind of dropped the ball on it, and I wanted to remedy that. So So I'm going to record some vending in the ink machine. I know for sure I'm not going to promise FNAF, but I've been thinking about it. Maybe if I feel so inclined, I might boot up some Resident Evil now that I've got a bunch of emulator games done out. So I guess basically what I did the other day was I went to the website where I get the ROMs for the games that I play on the emulator, and I downloaded a ton of the games and moved them all to my external hard drives, taking up hard drive space. And so now I've got a ton of games that have been sorted through, splitting up so like I know which thing to use for what game. So I've got access to a bunch of ROMs now. I still haven't found somewhere that does a good PS4 ROM at all. I know that as the games got newer, they kind of dropped off with people being really able to make ROMs about them, or about them, of them, because of like the what is it, DRM or whatever. But the website I get ROMs from has a good big collection. A lot of it's like Nintendo and Sega, like classic stuff, but also like PS2 and PS3 and Xbox 360. Classic Xbox. They don't have all the games by any means. That would be a feat if they did, but they don't. But yeah. So I went and downloaded a ton of them the other day. A couple of them are ones I already have, but I downloaded them because it was just a thing where I wanted to have some choices to choose from about what stuff other than stuff for like Game Boy, because those are like the smallest of the games, to be able to like choose from and play. I do know that I need to continue the Pokemon stuff. And I do want to sort of bring Kirby back a little bit at some point. I miss just doing like the 30-minute Kirby stream before bed sort of stuff. I should start doing that again. And I'm very much starting to think that I might make that a more permanent installment at some point. I have all but abandoned Twitch for YouTube. I know that there's a lot of stuff going on at Twitch right now. And without Streamlabs Ultra, I just don't see switching everything back over to me on Twitch. It's less work for me to do it directly to YouTube. Although I have been recording the VODs anyway, so that I have the raw VOD as a file, as well as streaming it directly to YouTube. So I could theoretically switch it back over and it would be fine, but it's just less work for me to do overall to just let the VOD be up on YouTube. And if I want to private it so that I can split it into 15 videos, then that's fine. I don't think I've ever done a stream that could be split into 15 videos, but I'm trying to get the hang of things, so please bear with me, guys. And there's going to be some interesting stuff, hopefully, coming up on the vlog channel soon. That's unique stuff that I've been thinking about doing for a while, and I think I'm finally going to put into action one of these days here very soon. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy my stuff. If you do, please make sure to slap that like button. Let me know what you did. Don't forget to support the channel and everything I do over on Patreon, patreon.com/CubesMLP. And if you don't want to subscribe to Patreon and see the cool content that's going to be coming up there soon, and I promise that I'm going to try to get some stuff up there soon, then you could, if you still want to support the channel, you can one-time donate. I mean, you can do it more than once if you want to, but there is a donation link at streamlabs.com/CubesNYT. And yeah, that's the thing too. And for the record, so everybody knows, maybe I'll sit down and do a comprehensive video about this later on, but my hope with the Patreon and the Streamlabs link is to firstly and foremostly pay for the server. Right now, the server is an out-of-pocket expense for me, and it is getting paid. What do I pay for it now? I upgraded its package the other day, so I think it's like $60 every 3 months now. And if we get money to not only host the server but also upgrade it, I'll be able to upgrade it again. And maybe we can do some fun stuff with that. At some point, I'm going to set up, once I have content actively going up on Patreon, I'm going to set up a Patreon stretch goal for a public version of the server, which I have been working on. And we may shortly end up switching to that back anyway. I don't know, because I don't really want to leave 1.12, but there's been a lot of talk about moving to the newer stuff, and maybe is what I'll say, right? But yeah, I will catch you guys later. Don't let's go show them out. I'll see. Peace.